Okay, I'll admit, my picks last week, they kind of sucked. I was only 1-4, but I was in preseason form. Now that the NFL season is underway, I really get going with these can't-miss selections for entertainment purposes only. Let's start with 5 college picks. Saturday, the defending national champion Auburn Tigers, fresh off a Houdini job against Utah State, take on Mississippi State. The Tigers have won 9 consecutive games against the Bulldogs at Jordan-Hare Stadium, but I think that ends this week. Auburn did not look like they could stop a hard marching band, and I think Mississippi State's going to be able to run the ball all over them. You're laying 6.5. Mississippi State, I think, wins somewhere in the neighborhood of 23-13. Give me the Bulldogs by 10. Very low-scoring game expected in Happy Valley as the number 3 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide and go visit the Penn State Nittany Lions. The total is 43.5. This is Alabama with a first-time starting quarterback on the road against a pretty good Penn State defense. I think Alabama's going to win the game, but I think it's a low-scoring defensive struggle that'll go way under that 43.5 total. Stanford and Andrew Luck going on the road to take on Duke. This was a basketball game. I'd like Duke, but it's not. Duke lost to Richmond last week. Yeah, Richmond. They don't play Division I football, and Duke lost to them. All I got to do is lay 3 touchdowns for the Cardinal. Yeah, Andrew Luck can do that in the first half alone. Give me BYU on the road to stay within a touchdown of the Texas Longhorns. Did you know BYU's defense at Ole Miss last week held Ole Miss to under 2.5 yards per carry on the ground? That was against a Mississippi offensive line that returned 4 starters. Texas, their running game, I don't know. Is their offensive line as good as Mississippi's? I don't think so. I think BYU's defense is going to keep them in this one. They obviously have a more proven option at quarterback as well with Jake Heaps. Give me BYU +7 at the Texas Longhorns. And finally, on the college variety, did you see what USC did last week against Minnesota at home? Terrible. Lane Kiffin is an awful football coach. They barely got by the Golden Gophers. You're telling me the Trojans are laying 10.5 against Kyle Whittingham and the Utah Utes? I don't think so. Utah, first Pac-10 game in their new conference. I think they look to send a message. I think they might be able to beat USC outright. I definitely think they stay within 10.5 points. Moving on to the NFL, have we figured out at this point the Pittsburgh Steelers own the Baltimore Ravens? Why is Pittsburgh a 2-point dog? It's giving the Ravens way too much respect. I know the game's in Maryland. I think the Steelers are a lot better than the Ravens this year. Give me the Steelers +2 against the Baltimore Ravens. One of my sleeper picks, if you're watching my video from yesterday on my NFL predictions, I think the Cleveland Browns are a playoff team. They send a message week 1, pound the Cincinnati Bengals, lay Cleveland -7 on Sunday. Jacksonville Jaguars cut their starting quarterback 3 days before the regular season started. What's that all about? And you're telling me they're going to lay 3 with a McCown brother? I don't think so. Luke McCown? No. Give me the Titans, a healthy Matt Hasselbeck, and an in-camp Chris Johnson, +3 at the Jaguars. Monday night, I like both the games. Give me New England to pound the Miami Dolphins, lay the 7 points. And my favorite wager of the week, for entertainment purposes only, lots of points going to be scored in that late game. Oakland and Denver over 40. There are your picks for week 2 of the football season right here on The Big Show, 790.com.